Hi, I'm Hector. Last night I had a dream that turned into a bit of a nightmare. I was in a city somewhere, taking a taxi. I get off, and shortly after, I realized that I had left everything in the taxi. Luggage, an expensive computer with all my work, my phone, my wallet. Somehow I had managed to leave absolutely everything in the taxi without noticing. I had no way of getting in touch with the driver. I hadn't even looked at the taxi plates. So I was in the middle of nowhere. I had no money and no way of calling anybody. So I was quite distressed in the dream. All of a sudden I realized it's a dream. And I woke up. I was like, what a relief. Now, I'm mentioning this as an example because the way we normally perceive ourselves is a bit like being inside a dream. In this dream, you are believing yourself to be a separate individual, a tiny little me whose limits are the physical body. As a result of believing that you are this separate thing, which is apart from everything else, this makes you feel vulnerable to whatever may happen to you. It makes you feel afraid, isolated, and that you need to be constantly on guard to protect this little me from the rest of the universe. In other words, we suffer in the dream as a result of believing ourselves to be separate, limited individuals. Now, as you know, a dream is not true, but when you're in the midst of it, it feels very real. It is only when you wake up that you realize that nothing is happening to you. Similarly, when you wake up from the dream of believing that you are separate, that is, when you clearly see that such separation does not exist at all, then all of a sudden, all the worries, problems, fears and anxiety you felt, they all collapsed. To be awake in the dream of existence, if we can call it that way, means that you are aware that no matter what happens, you're always perfectly fine. Nothing is really happening to you. It is happening within the dream, and in that sense, whatever happens is relatively real, but it is not happening to you. In fact, you are the reality behind the dream, and your true nature always remains as it is, unaffected, undamaged. So I encourage you to wake up so that you don't suffer anymore.